So I no longer crave attention like the way I used to before because validation and just wanting anybody no longer means something to me. I know now I need emotional depth, I need respect, I need to feel seen, I need to feel heard. All those things matter to me now because I'm no longer wanting just anybody around me for the sake of connection. And when you always just want anybody, this was an unconscious thing that I was doing. But when you always just want anybody, you disregard your boundaries. You allow people to just do whatever because you just want them and you want to keep them around. And you honestly, like, you just, you don't even know what you want because you're over here trying to you're just trying to make anything work. And I've had to let go of people and choose myself essentially. Like, I don't even look at it as like I had to cut people off because whatever, but like I had to choose myself because the situation dynamic was not working for me because I got into those connections looking for attention, chemistry, wanting to feel, seen and heard, but not in the ways where you're supposed to take your time with things and allow people to show you who they are and really get to know people, really though, because like people are definitely going to show you who they are. People are going to show you, what they want from a connection. Because I would have rushed getting to know someone, not purposely, but I genuinely wanted connection. So it didn't really matter. Like I would have rushed the dynamics and I'd be like, I'll hurry up. I'll do this for you. I'll be everything for you. And that is not healthy. Like you can't rush getting to know someone. You're trying to basically cover up who they really are and make them into who you want them to be. And that is how you get your feelings hurt. I'm telling you, you get your feelings hurt by doing that. And I would do that all the time. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, they did this to me and they're treating me this way. And I'm like, well, because you disregarded how they act. And then you disregard your feelings and your boundaries. And so you want to keep people around you that are not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that everybody's going to be able to read your mind and be exactly what you want them to be. That is not how relationships and dynamics work, but you want to feel respected. You want someone who's going to put in the effort to really get to know you and to really understand you and try to see you. And like I remember this one time I was on a date with someone and I was talking about something pretty heavy, like not too heavy, but I was talking about it and I ended up looking off, like looking away. Like I looked away when I was talking about it like this, and it was like kind of hard for me to talk about. Not too hard, but like it was just you can tell by my body language that what I was talking about was hard for me. And he said, "If this is too hard for you to talk about, you don't have to speak about it. I don't want to make you force you or whatever to talk about something that you're uncomfortable talking about." But he caught my emotional cues, he caught my body language and paused it and gave me space to be like, hey, you don't have to talk about this. And I really respected that because that was the first time someone ever really like was like, hey, like I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that made me really appreciate emotional depth more. And it made me appreciate like like qualities of someone who really is emotionally attuned and tapped in with themselves. Like it was just a nice experience and it really reminded me like there are people who will put in the effort to get to know you. There are people who want to get to know you. You have to keep your boundaries for one. You can't just allow anybody into your space and just get with anybody because you have to say no to things and people. Like you can't just say yes to everybody. That's very dangerous. I had to learn that. But you want to say yes to people who are for you, who make you feel seen, respected, who honor your boundaries, and not just people who disregard your boundaries, play in your face, don't really care about what you have to say or how you feel. They don't care how they're feeling, how what they do will impact you. But that's what I'm saying. You have to make sure you're scouting and making sure that you are looking for people who are aligned with you and not just anybody. And that was my problem. I just wanted anybody to accept me, any attention, because that meant more to me than my self respect and my safety and my boundaries. But now that I'm older, I genuinely love when someone shows you respect. Like on a level, like I genuinely really appreciate that. Like, because people are always trying to get what they want out of people. And some people are selfish, you know? So they don't really care how they treat you. They don't really care how you feel. Like, okay, like I want this. I don't really care, you know? And I'll tell you guys another example. One of my experiences with someone who wasn't the best, but I cut it off immediately. So he was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I would love to make you some food or whatever." And I was like, he's like, "I would love to make you some tacos." And I was like, "You know what? Tacos sound really great, but I'm not coming to your house respectfully. Like, so we can choose somewhere else to go, and I'm cool with that." Basically, that's what I said. And he disregarded my boundary and was like, "Well, I have to cook it at my house, or how else are we gonna get the tacos?" And I was just like, "Yeah, you're done, because why don't you just respect my boundary the first time? Don't let somebody try to change your boundaries or make you feel like something's wrong with what the boundary that you're setting them with, like the boundary that you're setting, something's wrong with it, or try to talk you out of your own boundaries. Watch out for people like that, because they are selfish and they're only trying to get something out of you. People who respect you will honor your boundaries, and they will not put you in a position to choose over your boundaries. Like, they're not going to do that." And I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm cool. We don't got to go out. We don't got to meet each other, because you would have respected that." That showed me a lot. And that was just our first conversation. And I was just like, "Yeah, no, you don't respect my boundary already. Then I don't want to meet with you. Like, I don't want to entertain this anymore." Like, you have to be picky about who you allow into your space, because it matters. You, like I said, don't want just anybody in your space. Be picky. Be selfish with yourself. You want to be the one that looks out for you. You want to be the one that vouches for you. And don't just put up with anything because you want to be with somebody. "Well, he cheated on me. Well, he disrespected me. He did all these different things, but I love him." Is it love or is it detachment? And I'm telling y'all that attachment, it gets strong, and it's hard to let go of somebody who you overlooked your boundaries for sometimes. Like, I know this from experience. And I so what I would do was, right, overlook how they really were. So I would go for potential, or whatever I curated in my mind, whoever I wanted them to be. That's what I would do. And then I would disregard my boundaries. So I wouldn't even have any boundaries. I would be like, "Whatever, it's fine, it's cool, like we'll do whatever you want to do." And then I would get disrespected or hurt somehow. And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I've been investing into someone who doesn't actually respect me, who actually doesn't really care about me." And now it's hard for me to let go of the person because of the time I spent investing into them and pouring into them, and actually getting attached to someone who does not respect me. You don't want to be in a connection with someone for the sake of attachment. It honestly, it looks fine at first. It looks like, "Oh my gosh, we like each other, he likes me, it's whatever, like we're so close." Like, yes, but like, attachment will have you being with someone who's not for you. Like, attachment will make you think that you have to continue to be with someone who disrespects you. It is not worth it. It's not. But yes, guys, choose yourself. Choose you. And it sounds, sometimes choosing yourself is a hard decision. Sometimes it's walking away from people. Sometimes it's really honoring a boundary. Sometimes it's saying when you're uncomfortable. But you cannot disregard yourself and your feelings and how you feel for the sake of attachment. It's unhealthy. And it doesn't work, honestly, because you'll end up resenting yourself and that person. You may look at them with the rose colored glasses right now, but you're going to resent that later. Because I did that many times. And I'd be like, "Why did I not listen to myself?" Because I was so used to disregarding myself and how I really felt, because I wanted the connection to stay alive. I'm like, "Oh, wow, I felt really comfortable with this. But guess what? I'm going to do it because I don't want him or the person to walk away, or I don't want to walk away from the situation. So guess what? I'm going to keep myself quiet, and I'm just going to allow this dynamic to play out." That is not safe and that is not healthy. Choose people who will honor you. Choose people who want to make you feel good. Like, it's better than just having anybody. I promise you, you'll be okay if you have to be alone for a while. It's better than being with just anybody. I promise you. Honor your boundaries, set the boundaries, say when you feel uncomfortable, say what you like, say what you don't like. Be honest in the connections. And I feel like being honest with yourself too is very important. Don't lie to yourself. Don't try to make yourself feel some type of way about somebody or something when you know you don't want it or you know you're uncomfortable. Do not lie to yourself. You can't change how you feel. Like, you cannot force yourself into something that you don't want. How is that fair to you? So honor yourself, honor your boundaries, honor how you actually feel, and not because the sake of someone else and their for the dynamic to stay. And if you have to be confused, bruh, walk away. Like, I'm telling you, don't. Okay, if you're confused, ask for clarity. Have a conversation. But if someone walks around the conversation and doesn't provide clarity for you, and you're confused, walk away, because you're going to continue to stay confused. That confusion is telling you exactly about that dynamic. I'm telling y'all, if you're confused, it's not worth it. Especially if you're with someone who talks really vague and doesn't really speak on how they feel, you're going to continue to be confused. They're not going to tell you what you guys are or what you guys are going to be. They're not looking for to be actually vulnerable with you. So if you're confused, just walk away. If you are crying, if you are going through hardships with a person and you know that it shouldn't be like this, it shouldn't be like this. And hardship, things, life happens. I've been there when life happens for people. My friends have been there for me. Yeah, they treat me well. They love me. But when you know when something is going with the way it's not supposed to, but you got to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, then you're not ready to let them go. And that's okay too. But just know that if you have to lie to yourself eternally, you don't have to say it to everybody, but if you're overlooking things, if you're overlooking red flags, you will leave for those later. You will. And I did every time. I'd be like, well, that was weird. Hold on. I didn't like that. And guess what? I stayed and I left for the same reasons. So, yeah, sweetie, yeah, like, boundaries matter. Don't overlook red flags. Don't overlook when someone is showing you exactly who they are. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below what you have learned from relationships or anything that you may want to share with everybody. I know that relationships and stuff and dynamics can be very difficult at times, and it's really hard because our feelings are involved. And I mean this with love. I don't mean this as to judge you or make. I just want you guys to know that I put this out here because I care and someone can learn from it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate it.